Hi, this is devlog number one of to be determined. Number of devlogs that I'll be doing as I learn to code. Um, Looks like C sharp and um, use Unity. I purchased the Unity 2D developers course from Udemy, not to be confused with Unity, the Udemy learning website. Purchased that. I got it on sale, quote unquote sale, for about $20, and decided to try my hand at simple game development as a hobby. So this is the first devlog I'm going to be doing. I'm going to do one of these, I think, every week at a minimum, hopefully, just to kind of remind myself of where I've been, what I've been learning, and also to keep myself accountable to ensure that I'm continuing to learn what I need to do or to learn in order to do what I want to do. So, yeah, that's where we're at right now. I don't want to make any grandiose promises or do anything um, too out of the woodwork or out of the norm for what in regards to what I want to be working on. I want to have a better handle on C sharp, and I want to have a better handle on Unity before I make any determinations along that regard. So this is really more of a learning diary than a dev diary. But since I do want to do game dev as a hobby, uh, I'm just kind of lumping them all together for right now. Um, I have very little background in any kind of coding. I coded some basic stuff when I was a kid. I did a little HTML back in grade school. I did some HTML, I think 5, and CSS in college just for fun. Threw together a few websites for friends, that kind of stuff. And then I took, I think, one 100 level uh, coding class that was Java object oriented programming. And I think the most I accomplished there was moving a turtle around in a certain pattern on the screen. So I have almost no background in coding. I hemmed and hawed over what software I was going to use, whether I'd start with something like Game Maker Studio. Oh, I should mention that I did actually use Game Maker. I can't remember what version. This is back in 2003, 4 ish. I used Game Maker back when it was its own thing before it was Game Maker Studios. I don't know if it got bought out or what the deal was there. But anyway, I didn't know if I wanted to continue or look at something more simple like that. Or if I just wanted to jump right into something a little bit more complex like Unity. Obviously, there's stuff out there that's a little bit even more difficult. I do not intend to do everything raw code. I'm going to learn how to do things using different courses and online resources. I've seen Stack Exchange, Stack Overflow. These kinds of things look like pretty good resources. And then just various game dev forums. Also, I'll be learning a lot from YouTube and Google, I'm sure. This is not something where I'm going to learn C sharp down flat and know every single thing I could possibly do with it. Uh, I don't have the time, unfortunately, to delve that deep into that. Um, I hope to spend about, on average, an hour a day working on these projects. Um, I think some days I'll have a lot more than that. Many days I'll have less than that. Hopefully, it equals out to about that 1 hour. So far, expense wise for this hobby, I have bought I'm doing this mostly on a laptop for right now. I do plan on expanding that out in the future possibly, but I bought a laptop stand, a cell phone stand, some cable management stuff, general stuff to make things a little bit more um, better laid out so that I can see multiple screens. I do have a monitor mount with like a really nice HDMI 2.1 monitor that I bought for my PlayStation 5. But I'm going to have that mounted here, my laptop setting up next to it in the mount, so I can have kind of a dual screen setup. My laptop's a fairly small screen. Uh, so yeah, I want to be able to watch my Udemy courses on one thing while working on the actual project in the other window. I think the Udemy course I picked up is about 18 hours long. So hopefully I have that done here in the next couple of weeks is the plan. I do have a military obligation this weekend, so I intend to take it with me and hopefully get some time in the barracks to work on that. Um, okay, kind of grind out a little bit there. Just on the learning side, obviously, I'm not developing anything yet. I wouldn't develop anything on anybody else's time. Anyway, I have a full time job. I uh, have a couple hobbies that take some of my time besides this. This is going to be kind of my main hobby, I think, is what I'm going to try to accomplish here. So that's pretty much it. I've laid out, kind of the path forward for the time being, anyway, hopefully. And so far, I've done the intro course on that Udemy course. It's about 30 minutes long. It just kind of lays out some basic stuff and then some of their forum stuff and how to use GitHub or GitLab or whatever it is that they use um, for some of their project files. So I've installed Unity and Microsoft Visual Studio or whatever their C++ IDE is, or C# IDE. Installed that in there with it. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. I'm going to be posting these as I go. Hopefully I can stay motivated and keep plugging away. More to come.